Okay. Good morning and wonderful. It makes me so happy to see so many people sincerely doing this exercise of yoga, the outer yoga. And I have not spoken to such a large audience before, but I'm not feeling like I'm talking to a large audience. Feel like it's one family, it's part of me, my extension. And I'm surprised by myself. Now, what we did was outer yoga of body, and I think what I'm going to share now is more about inner yoga. So let's just see what yoga is. Yoga is joining, joining two parts, joining multiple parts. So it basically is coming together. And when we talk about coming together, the first point where I need to come together is the deepest point inside me. What we are doing in the outer yoga is joining the outer. But when you begin also from the inside, that's the process becomes faster of joining. And basically, we are here on this planet to become one with everything. That's the final destination. So, like I'm mentioning here, it's yoga of mind, meditation. Now, the way we have understood meditation up to now, I'm going to change that. And for that, first of all, relax. The hard part is over. Take a deep one more breath and just cool down and sit in the posture which you enjoy sitting. You don't need to be uptight. Yoga is over. All due respect to the yoga team. Just cool down. Stretch your legs. You're going to sit like this. Just sit. Because I'm going to share something which is very important. You need to only use your ears and a bit of mind. As you all have imagined that yoga is about equilibrium. Yes, it is. It's the point where everything comes into standstill. It's a rare opportunity to be at that point, and once you see that point, it will attract you. You would want to be in that state of equilibrium. Something like this, maybe you are not able to see it clearly, but still you can. There's a person sitting inside, not male, not female, because it's all one. And there is turbulence, tornado roaming around. And we all go through that in routine of our life, that there is tornado all around us. And you want to be in the middle, but usually we are on the side and getting hurdled. Meditation is also inner compass. So like we saw in the previous slide, that when you get into the center, you can see all around you. And when I say all around you, I'm going to talk practical, that in life, what do I have? What do I don't have? What do I want? Everything. It's all visible. Where does it pain? Inside. Be it body or mind. It's all visible. And probably that's one reason that we avoid it. We don't want to see things clearly. Because mostly we are pushing a lot of negative stuff inside, aside, as we call it, subconscious mind. And when you go to that central point, you see like everything which I can see, you just want to shut down and stay away from that thing. This is my observation, and it was very important that I first mention this point to you. It's fear of pain. Now, this is very important. There is pain, which we all know, different degrees. But there's one thing which is bigger than pain, is fear of pain. And as we all sit here, intellectuals, working professionals, we know that we are always trying to get over this fear of pain, different types of pain, which is coming from the future. We do not know whether that pain will reach us or not, but we're just trying to push this fear of maybe pain, maybe not pain. For that, the strategy is we divide our mind. There are thoughts which are constantly pushing from underneath. We call it negative thoughts, we label it, but we push it aside. And mostly we're trying to think this so called positive. Again, a label. That's our strategy to divide the mind, and everything which is negative, we push it into something as we have named subconscious mind. That's why in the dreams, what we see is these thoughts coming on the surface and trying to present themselves, and we wake up. Be it wakeful state or sleepy state, we just want to push this aside. So there's a lot of baggage inside. And our strategy to avoid that subconscious mind is sensory extreme. It's थोड़ा complicated word है, but I'll make it simple. कि 5 senses है हमारे, हम किसी भी senses में, sometimes multiple senses में indulge हो जाते हैं. Example is that spicy, tasty, delicious. Delicious is fine, but sometimes spicy or extreme taste वाले food. Music, as we know, which is distracting us. It's not the music which brings us closer to ourselves. So that kind of music is becoming popular. Thank you. Sensory extreme. We have strong fragrance preference. So everything which takes you away from being centered or in the equilibrium state, we like that because वहाँ पे थोड़ा पंगा है. Addictions are again same thing. It's sensory extreme. Whatever we do in the category of addiction is trying to go away from where we should be. Now, should is a strong word. I don't use should. But where we would like to be so that things come into an equilibrium state, and that's what we want. So the question is, what do we want? Like I said, you want to overcome the fear of pain. That's one side. On the other side, you don't want 3 basic things in life. And if somebody has 4th, raise your hands. This is health, wealth, and happiness. I'll explain a little bit about each. Maybe you know, but still. Health, you know what you're doing. Everything which you do for body. And obviously, it reflects in your mind as well. Your food habits, your sleep, your rest. The supplements we take nowadays, very important part again. And so on. Everything to keep your body in a fit condition to perform in every situation of life. The second is wealth. Wealth is something which you all probably know, but I'll say in simple words that your income, your expenditure, your investments in such a way allocated in various, like we say that diversified investment, right? We'll use this word also in many areas as we go forward. Mostly we see, this is an example in most stories, that person has health and wealth, but पंगा है happiness factor में कि खुशी नहीं है. We all have that experience. That I mean, we are all well off with God's grace, but sometimes still we feel that the happiness factor is missing. Since Sigmund Freud and so many other people, Maslow included, they have mentioned these 6 needs, and it makes sense to me, so I thought that I should share with you. These 6 needs which can bring us happiness, which usually brings happiness. First is consistency. Simple example, you want to wake up and see the same people around you. You want the same hot or cold shower which you take every morning, and so on and so on. You want certain things consistently happening. When this consistency is broken, we feel sadness. The opposite, but still part of our life, variety. We want variety in food, variety in music, fashion, so on. Ideas, books, and it keeps growing. That brings happiness to us. You want to go to different destinations every vacation, as we all know. Wives, The third is connection. This is connection. If I'm standing here and talking alone, there's no happiness. But happiness is sharing something which I feel very important for me and you, my friends, and I'm connecting with you, and you're listening to me. That's wonderful. So that's connection. Significance. It's not only respect or status, but I keep giving this simple example that the little children saying that I am my mom's favorite, and he is or she is. That's significance. We want to be in the society amongst friends and get that vibe together that I see you, you see me, you are important for me, and I'm for you. That's significance. We want that. That brings happiness. So, to be significant to someone, you should make that person significant to you. Very simple. Last two, I think we're coming too close. Growth. Be it health or wealth or happiness factor. We just want slight, simple progress, growth in every area. Sometimes these bosses give hard targets, it's too much growth suddenly, but you still want growth even in individual personal life. And when everything is fine, this happens. You want to contribute in your capacity to everyone around you. It begins from your closest people to so on to the whole world. You can contribute whatever you have, and sometimes humans have a tendency to contribute even if they do not have anything. I have seen best of the people spending something for someone even if they had to borrow. We all have such people in our lives. Why do they do that? It brings happiness. So if sometimes I reminded, I'm reminding you these 6 points so that it keeps kind of a beacon in your mind that if I'm not happy, something is missing. Maybe contribution is missing. Whatever you know you share is contribution. I'm happy sharing what I'm studying and reading and finding useful to you is my contribution, I think, and I'm feeling very happy. How to meet these 6 needs and more, even the health and wealth side, I have identified these 6 areas. And I have 3 outer yogas and 3 inner yogas. The first is your habits. It's something which is like a friend. If you install a good habit, it just goes automatically. You don't have to work too much around it. So even exercise, if you begin this yoga and so many other things, you begin softly, slowly, in such a way, and it's a whole science. It requires a whole session, but it's a very important thing. The second is writing, journaling, information management, and you guys are expert in that thing, be it digital or on paper, but everything which is on your mind, if it comes out on paper or digital, you start to feel better. This is something which everyone should learn, should. Body basics, again, one of the last of the outer yoga, which I said like food, fasting, exercise, hygiene, sleep, so on. Now let's go to 3 inner yogas. Thinking is not a subject right now, or is labeled as subject. It's the biggest subject we all have to learn properly, systematically. We can't expect people that they should be able to think. There's a basic level of thinking we are gifted by nature, but as humans, we can evolve this into a much more powerful engine, growth engine. The second is learning, constant learning. It's also the only anti-aging pill ever discovered till date. If you constantly keep learning, it keeps you young. And the last inner yoga is, of course, meditation, but not the way we think, tight posture and sitting, breathing, is exercise again. Meditation is, like I mentioned here, is relationship with self. I am not a public speaker, I was just mentioning to Naina. But I think that the only reason I'm able to speak to you like as if it's my extension of body and mind, all of you, is I think I am still in the process of developing good relationship with myself. There is no split inside me. There are splits, and I let it. I'm not fighting with it, and I'll show you how to do that thing. So, point is, I'm also like a working professional, like yourself. I have office, I have family, I do things. I'm not a Baba. You can call me that. It's okay, but I'm just saying. And therefore, I thought that connecting with like-minded people in similar environment is essential because you guys can use what I have used in my life. And when we do that thing, this is circular growth. Circular is basically these three things. You have very good health, you start building wealth, and you bring happiness in your life by being in the center of everything. So we'll do Dariyaga mat. We'll do a small experiment, very small, very sweet. And it's a gift from me to all of you, something which you can practice. And I think my attempt is to make it so interesting that you want to practice this thing. Practice is a hard word. I don't like anything which requires too much efforts. So let's start from that point. Why do we need to put efforts in this thing called meditation? I will invite you to rename this thing. आजकल जो नाम मेडिटेशन का है उसका नाम हम लोग डिलीट करके कुछ और नाम रखते हैं बिकॉज वो थोड़ा इम्प्रेशन प्रॉब्लम इमेज प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है सो लेट्स डू दिस थिंग दिस इज मेडिटेशन sit in the most comfortable position. You don't have to change and everything. Okay, that's one. You can move around, you can scratch, you can, if something is paining, move it. Feel free. Don't lock yourself because it's about joining things. So remember these few words, hashtag keywords: joining, opening, including. You don't need to change your environment to do this thing. It's difficult, therefore meditation is practiced in solitude because when you are beginning to join things, to include things, it's very difficult to be in the chaotic environment and keep doing that thing. So that's why the practice word, that's soft, start soft and slow. So this is the practice that, close your eyes. If you feel like, if you feel discomfort, you can open your eyes. No restrictions. Closing eyes will give little bit of rest to your mind because visual side is very strong and mostly 80% of energy is used in the eye section. So when you close it, you feel at rest, right? Now, first thing you will notice is some pain in body. Welcome that. Pain is saying something. It's your protector. If the pain is not there, probably we will never know where is the problem in the body. So pain is your friend. We all have some pain on a physical side. Make it part of your ecosystem as if it's part of your inner round table conference of friends. Make pain sit beside you. Open up and now see that there are thoughts inside your mind कि मैं यहाँ क्या कर रहा हूँ, कब खत्म होगा ये, मुझे भूख लगी है. All those things, they are also your friends. Make them sit beside you. They are your friends because they are telling you, they are safeguarding your physical and mental existence. We have been pushing them aside till date, but today bring them in and make them sit beside you. All the complaints in your mind which is not happy with this situation, we're not pushing them away, we are welcoming them, hold their hands and make them sit beside you. This will clear the path for everything which is on the other side, the brighter side. Now meet all the wonderful sides inside your mind, the happy things, the people who have been taking care of you. This place, this wonderful environment, the lawn, is all part of your ecosystem. It's all you. Everything is you. There is no reason to push anything away, be it positive or be it negative. These are just labels. Remove all the labels and make them sit right beside you and around you like a group of closest friends. There will be a tendency to change that and question that. That also is an agency, is a friend, that also is part of you. Something which is trying to negate everything is also part of you. Let it be part of your team. Questions, doubts, they are very helpful. Bring them in. These sounds, the sensation in your body, the clothes touching, the breathing is all part of you. Keep including everything which appears on the horizon of your mind. Everything is welcome, as if you are the ocean, and everything which appears are waves, and waves are part of you, the ocean. Let it all come in. All doors open, everything joining in, and that is yoga. And mark this date in your calendars that from this day onwards, you will be practicing this soft little thing because you enjoy it every day, even for smallest few minutes, but every day. This is my version of meditation. Remember these words, like I mentioned: include, open, join. You can come back. And now, if you have any questions, I kept it short because you are fanning yourself. We can go on. But then, if it leaves you with little bit of thirst to continue, then continue today, tomorrow, whenever you get time. Sometimes good things have to be stopped in somewhere in the middle so that you have thirst for more. If you have any questions, shoot. मुझे गुजराती, हिंदी और इंग्लिश आती है, so feel free. Any language comfortable to you. Otherwise, I'll have to use the people I've planted, like you do.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Sonia this side. Yeah. A very simple question. For how long we should do and what is the best time to do? Is it morning or is it at bedtime or during office hours, whatever?
The best question. थोड़ा लंबा आंसर दूं, if you're okay, if you're not feeling too uncomfortable. थोड़ा सा कड़वा भी है आंसर, not for you, for everyone, वो मेरे लिए भी, कि when ये जब do word आता है ना, तो मामला थोड़ा खराब हो जाता है. It's fine to use do words because that's how we start, so it's a necessary evil. But मैंने जब कहा कि शुरुआत में हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो हम सॉफ्टली शुरू करते हैं, तो हम कहीं अकेले बैठते हैं बिकॉज वी आर इंक्लूडिंग थिंग्स. अब इतना सारा कड़वा हो तो इंक्लूड करना मुश्किल हो जाता है, तो हम अकेले हो जाते हैं ताकि थोड़े से विचार है जो थोड़े से कड़वे हैं उसको इंक्लूड करना आसान हो जाता है. वो आपके ही हिस्से हैं, लाइक योर फिंगर्स, योर थॉट्स एंड इमोशंस. पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव लेबल हमने दिया है, यू फियर, एंग्जाइटी, एवरीथिंग. सो एज यू स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस थिंग, even for few minutes every day, a few times, it becomes easier for you to make it a practice which is so much automatic. You just don't discard anything. It just suddenly becomes like, I am, like I said, not a public speaker. My friends have faith in me and that is working through me now. I may be having fear. My legs could be trembling. That's usually has happened. Like all the public speakers will agree that when you begin, that happens. Your body doesn't respond. I'm including that thing. I'm welcoming that fear is trying to protect me because हमारे में वो होता है ना human tendency that when people are looking at you, feel like you are being threatened. It's the animal instinct inside us. So answering your question, best time is when you begin the day and when you end the day, right? Even the neuroscience says that your brain is in a very soft, fragile, moldable state जब आप उठते हो और जब आप जस्ट सोने के लिए तैयार होते हो और जब आप सोने के लिए तैयार होते हो इफ़ यू डू दिस एक्सरसाइज एट दैट टाइम दिन भर में जो भी हुआ है वेलकम दैट थिंग इट्स द ब्लेसिंग ऑफ स्टेइंग कीपिंग अलाइव जिंदा आदमी को ही होता है प्रॉब्लम एंड द फियर एंड द एंग्जाइटी जो है आपको is trying to protect you. They are friends. They are like holding you like this. And we are trying to push it away. Include that thing. Include everything. जो भी है उस situation में. That's called staying in the present moment. But in the simpler way, this will help you when you start including things. You have something to do also, and it's a good thing to do, and then go to sleep. So these are the best times. And as you start doing सुबह शाम, फिर वो पूरे दिन भर में वो उसका फैल जाएगा. Then you are not doing that thing. You constantly are in that state where you are including things. So मेरे लिए I think simple advice शुरुआत में these are the two times, but there is no restriction of time. कितने समय तक करना चाहिए till time allows you. हाँ एक routine practice में if you start by 15 minutes, since we are all intellectuals, start by 15 minutes, that's a good time. उसमें आप settle हो जाते हो, you are able to feel the environment, be there. उससे बहुत short में it will be like touch and go. So start from 15 and then keep moving forward. I think if that's, thank you. I'm ready for next question. झूठा मूठा भी कुछ पूछ लो ना, I'm enjoying answering. Or if I remember something, then I will obviously add into whatever I have to share with you. But I think we are good. I think you're feeling very hot right now. Uh, I'm happy that you gave me this opportunity. Thanks, Ketan. And I look forward to meet all of you in person. If you have any questions later on, you can come and speak to me. And I would love to share whatever I have with you, all of you. Thank you. Thank you.